Joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, bumming that his team is at 4-7 this season, but also location. If they're in the right division, they're only a half game out of first. He is also the star of the #1 new hit show on television on CBS, 9 Eastern on Mondays, then called Scorpion. Good to see you, Robert Patrick. How are you, Robert?
Good to be here, Rich.
Yeah.
Not actually the star of Scorpion.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
One of a big cast of wonderful actors.
Well, here's what we do here on the show: is we don't have those other people here, Robert.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the only
if
one
Catherine
here.
McPhee was
I'm
here,
thrilled to be here, Rich.
And by the way, we're welcome to have Catherine McPhee here anytime if she cares to come.
I was trying to get her here. She's
that's okay.
Perfect right here.
I would call her, if that's okay. If she was here and you weren't, I'd call her the star of Scorpion.
Appreciate it.
You understand? I'm upfront about these things.
I appreciate that very much.
But good to see you.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to see where my DirecTV money goes. All that money for the NFL package.
There is a direct, Red Zone channel pipeline to this actual desk that I'm sitting behind. I think your Red Zone channel fee
is right down there.
Well, actually, it's this left leg part of the table that's here. I'll call this a Robert Patrick left leg table.
I appreciate that.
What do you think about your Falcons?
They're not having the season I thought they were going to have. With the talent they have, I think they should be. They should obviously have a lot better record than they do right now. And that loss yesterday was huge, especially at home like that. Funny enough, ironically enough, the Browns is another one of my favorite NFL franchises. I lived in Cleveland for a short time as well, and if they had to lose to anybody, I guess the Browns would be okay. But it's a tough loss for the franchise.
Right. So you're from Ohio. Where would you say?
Born in Atlanta.
Okay.
Born in Atlanta. So in 1966, I was at the opening day of the Atlanta Falcons.
You were?
I saw them. Saw Tommy Novas play. All those guys. And then we moved to Ohio, Kettering, where I actually met Brady Hoke. Lived there for 4 years. Went to junior high. Then moved to Detroit. Went to high school there. And then to Cleveland. So all those cities, I have ties to their franchises as far as football.
Robert
baseball.
Patrick, one of the stars of Scorpion, here on the Rich Eisen
I feel better
Show.
with that.
Okay, good. No, I want you comfortable.
I'm trying to exercise a little humility.
We got to get you comfortable here. Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Also on Twitter @RobertPatrickT2. That's from
Not
back in the day.
Not being very humble about that.
Come on now.
Yeah, I got to use that.
Come on. You were the Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, you were T-1000.
Yes.
Robert, right?
Yeah.
What was
absolutely.
that like back in the day?
It was wonderful working with Arnold, and he was a great guy. Obviously, they put a lot into that role, and he was a lot of fun to work with. He was one of those positive guys, very goal-oriented guy.
Arnold?
Yeah, okay. And coming from sports myself, a lot of the abilities I have, the talents I have that I was utilizing in sports, I could apply to that role with all the running and the stunts that we could do. So he and I saw eye to eye in a lot of different aspects of the film.
So
he's a great guy. I'll tell you a funny story.
Please.
There was a thing where you had a prosthetic thing right back here.
But tied behind your back, you mean?
He had one, and I had a metal rod, and I was beating the living pee-wadding out of it. And Cameron's just telling me, standing over, just send it, man, send it.
James Cameron, the director.
James Cameron, the director, and I'm hitting Arnold, and finally they call cut, and Arnold kind of looks back at me. He says, "Robert, that was my real arm." So it was a lot of fun working with Arnold. And I was so paranoid, Rich, that he was going to retaliate because we had a big fight scene coming up later.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I've wounded his real arm. What are the chances he's going to sneak a punch in there for me in this fight scene? He never did.
Well, maybe that's why you wounded his real arm, because you knew there was a fight scene coming up.
I wanted to intimidate him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you're a message sender, Robert. You send your message.
So.
You send your message, man. What do you think with Brady? Let's get into this now. Because Hoke is one of the greatest people I have ever met. And I'm biased. I'm a Michigan guy. I bleed maize and blue. I love this man. And I know there's a lot of people who are upset with the way the program is going. And I'm one of them. I'll be very honest. I'm not happy with seeing what's going on that field, but I love this man. Tell me something about Brady Hoke that from your childhood that folks maybe need to know in your estimation, Robert.
Well, Brady is, and I love Brady too. He's he's always been somebody I've looked up to. He's a leader. He's just always been an inspiration in the way he conducts himself in life. And I'm talking from meeting him as a 12-year-old and having him as a best friend. You know, he pulled me out of some situations that I was getting involved with at the time that I'm forever grateful. He and his family, they're real good people, salt of the earth. And nobody is more of a competitor than Brady Hoke. When we played football together in junior high, he always had a nose for the ball. He always seemed to be able to anticipate what was going to happen and would insinuate his way into any situation that was going on out in the field. He was a big playmaker.
How often do you talk to him now?
We text a lot, quite a bit, after each game, before each game, if I can. You know, both of us are incredibly busy, obviously, and I don't want to get in the way. But I did see him when I was in Detroit. I went and we took a tour of the big house, and I have to say I've never been more proud of a friend ever than to take a tour of Schembechler Hall, see the big house, go through there with him, think about when we were playing football together, run out on the field. I made him run down the tunnel with me, and we got out there and got some pictures on the end.
No kidding.
And I was so proud of him for what he's accomplished. And it's a mutual thing, because he's proud of what I've accomplished as well. And, you know, it's tough. I like to see people succeed, and I think that Brady is and has been and will be a successful football coach. And I think he can turn it around at U of M, and I wish him all the best.
Me too. I just don't know if he's going to get a chance to. I mean, obviously,
I'm praying he does.
Me too. I'll be honest. Me too. I just think, you know, if he, I don't want to criticize players because they try very hard.
And they're kids.
And I know they're kids, and I know people get upset when you do that. Let's just leave it at this. He's one of the best people I've ever met, and you, Robert Patrick, know him obviously much better than me. Before I let you go, real quick, tell me about Scorpions on Mondays on
Scorpion
CBS.
on Monday nights, thanks, Rich, is Monday nights at 9 on CBS. It's a wonderful show about a genius with a 197 IQ. It's based on a real guy, inspired by his life's events. And this team is a team of problem solvers, and I'm their federal agent that handles them. Mm-hmm. Catherine McPhee, that you mentioned earlier,
yes,
she is the only other non-genius of the group, she and I, yes, and she's my ally and helps me kind of be the glue that keeps the team together. And we go out and problem solve for the government. So they're real-life incidents. Some are hypothetical, but we go out each week and we solve problems. It's a real positive show, I think, and it's a family show, and got some great adventure and action. And
well, congratulations
well
on it. It's a hit show on CBS, America's most watched network. We're going to see a clip when we come back for the television audience, but for the radio audience, I will say goodbye to you, sir, and say thank you for coming back, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
You bet. Robert Patrick, at Robert Patrick T2 on Twitter. Don't come at him, because he'll go right back at you. T1000 will go right back at the trolls.
That's for sure.
Like they have a real arm.
I will come after you on Twitter.
Don't encourage him. Robert Patrick is here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let me tell you, Robert, our producers, Chris Law and Chris Brockman, part of their gig is to pre-interview folks like yourself coming in. When Brockman hung up the phone with you, he calls me up. He goes, "What a great dude." Spoke to you for 45 minutes.
He's my
man. Is that right, Brock?
He did.
Over an hour.
Look at you.
We had a great time.
It was amazing.
You've got a man crush, Brock.
I really do. I really do. It was great. And then our connection lost, which was kind of a bummer. But.
Yeah, I started getting up in Mulholland. It's great to meet you in the flesh. You're a great guy, man.
Yeah, it was
Your parents
great.
did a great job with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good.
So do they.
See? Isn't this great?
Brockman Mary.
You got a friend for life now.
I hope so.
This is good. And,
I'll bring Catherine McPhee back next time.
Now,
okay, is she back on the market?
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Is this thing on? Are you? Listen, the man is Robert Patrick. He's not Chuck Woolery. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not going to make a love connection
All right.
here.
It's
all
not
right?
the dating game for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
but if you promise to bring somebody,
Don
you've got
Tardino,
to
my
come
line producer's over there.
Don, he's got to come correct.
Don, can we
Okay?
get Catherine McPhee over here? She's only like 15 minutes away.
Don, yes or no? Do we got a thumbs
He's
up?
getting he's nodding his head
Thumbs up.
because the
and a
glare
no.
is coming over here.
Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, Don. You got it? Yes.
Thank you, Don. Thank you for not leaving me hanging,
Don
brother.
Tardino, I met on the set of CSI Miami years ago.
This guy only does winter shows,
That's
you
it?
know? I mean, he goes from that to
How
Scorpion.
many yachts can you water ski behind, Don? Fantastic. Thanks for coming in.
It's my pleasure. I'm thrilled to be
The
here.
Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On audience.